Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal Vandweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters for June 2025. And yeah, we got a thing for you. We got something for you today, which you might enjoy if you are a fan of Das Masters. If you don't enjoy today, don't even watch Das Masters, really, because right now we've got the semifinals, and it's full of talent and potential. We've got match number one. It's going to be Toogie versus Pixel Andy. So Toogie has never won, looking to do it for the first time. Pixel Andy, he's won a couple times and looking to get back into the finals and to take one down after a 2-month drought. Can you imagine not winning an event for 2 months in a row? What the heck? So anyway, Pixel Andy going to try to get back into the finals and take another title. And the second match is going to be Giovanni, who is our defending Das Masters champion. He was the winner last month. He's going to try and do it again and be a 2-time Das Masters winner. And he'll be taking on Merker from Finland. So we've got our 1, 4, 3, and 7 seed, and the 7 seed happens to be the defending champion. So that, Das do be like that. So yeah, pretty excited for this one, and I'm sure that we are going to start on time and everything's going to be very timely and happening right when we expect it to happen. Right, guys? That's gonna happen. Anyway, let's take a look at Let's take a look at our rules. Yes, there are rules, believe it or not. And the rules are that this is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players can play on emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, appearance, and statistics are unmodified. They can use any controller so long as there are no big buttons or turbo functions used, whether electronical or mechanical, and not even biological. No biological turbo. Why? Because this is a DAS tournament, so players make sure to heed the spirit of DAS. This is a DAS tournament, so you're pressing and holding. That is your primary means of moving the pieces around. Now, you are allowed a quick tap at the end of a DAS sequence, and we don't really care about 2 or 3 taps in the middle of the board too much. But yeah, this DAS play style, everybody knows what it is. Adam Mountains showed us the way. That is the spirit of DAS. Okay, level 18 starts all the way through players. This is a best of 5, so the first to 3 wins is the winner of the match. We will be using same piece sets re-rolled in between each game of the match. Players, make sure your hertz and input displays are turned on. Also, you should not be receiving any in-game advice while you're in the middle of a game. Nobody's giving you score checks or telling you about your opponent's board state or upcoming pieces or anything like that. That is against the rules, and do not pause unless the commentator tells you to, including during technical issues or internet outages. Just keep playing. I will sort it out with the help of chat and of course my all the wisdom that I have accumulated through years of watching and officiating Tetris matches. And the winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool which stands right now at $800. That's it, $800. Now, I'm going to say that's it. I'm not going to be like, oh, that's nothing, $800. That's a lot of money, right? It is shy of our goal, though, right? $1,000 is what we need to do to get to in order to pay the top 8. And I would love to pay the top 8. If we can get to $1,000, we can pay the top 8 instead of just the top 4. And it's very motivating to have those 5, 6, 7, 8 spots. It's a nice consolation. Oh, you didn't get into the semis, but you can still get a prize. Players feel good about entering the tournament because there's a possibility of that happening. And just more prize pool means more excitement around it. So this is it. This is the last stream we have to raise the $200 we need to get to $1,000. Please help out. Anything you've got, $5, $10, $20, $199.99. You know, whatever you got kicking around, that would be great. And thank you to everybody who has contributed to the prize pool so far. It's very generous. And I and the players really appreciate it. And remember, we do not have any sponsors for our prize pool. We are 100% fan funded or viewer funded. If you're not a fan but you still watch anyway, well, you at home, not talking to anybody else, you individually, I'm addressing you. So thank you to everybody who has contributed. If you want to contribute to that prize pool, use the Matcherino command while you're watching live on Twitch or on YouTube. That'll bring up 2 links. The second one is the one for Dash Click on that one. It'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Top right-hand corner is where you log in. You can do it with your existing Twitch or YouTube account. Once you're logged in, you will see an orange or mustard-colored button that says Contribute. Click on that, and then use your internet smarts to figure out how to navigate the menu. It's easy to contribute, and thank you. So that is how to support the players to support the channel. Well, yeah, that's important because you can have all the players, you can have a prize pool, but if there's nobody to stream it and nowhere to stream it, then how are we going to do that? And these people on this screen right here have gone to patreon.com/monthlytetris and made an ongoing pledge of support to support this channel. And thank you to everybody who has done that. If you want to do that, go there, patreon.com/monthlytetris. Yeah, let's do that. Anyway, thank you to everybody again. And extra shouts to Scott, Gray J in the window, K9 Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cat Kit, and Mila. Now, I am ready to go. Now, normally we don't start until about 10 or 12 past the hour because I just blather on and on and on. But I'm ready. But, maybe we'll give the players another extra moment to warm up. I do want to let you know that we do have the finals for Masters scheduled, and that is going to be when? When is that going to be? This is who's in it, and it's going to be on Wednesday at 5 p.m. here in Texas, 5 p.m. So that is what, 1700 local time. Add 5 to that, and that's 2300 UTC. That's how UTC works. So 23 UTC on Wednesday, 5 p.m. Texas time. If you're here in Texas trying to weather the floods, the number 1 seed is not in. The number 3 seed is not in. We've got 9-4-2-11 in that Masters semifinal. So that is going to be Wednesday. Please join us for that. Anyway, enough of that. Let us get back to what we're here for, which is to play Das Masters. All right, let me just take a peek over at our Das Masters scene, see if any of the players are going. Tugi is going. Tugi is there. He's dressed for success, feeling good. Let me refresh both of the players' streams because I truly want to believe that they are just both here on time, ready to play when I am ready. And I want to believe that is the case. So, nope, no sign of the opponent. But yeah, so we will, I guess we'll just sit here and wait for the opponent while we're hanging out. 24911. What the heck? Oh my God. It's a sign. You've got Daniel Song with predictions. Daniel Song predicting an Andy and Gio rematch. Anyway, players, we do have 3 total matches to do, which is the longest of our streams. So if you are able to get started and online early and on time, that would help. What's up, Mr. Brain? Hello. Das Masters, let's go, says Naraya. Indeed. Daniel is strong at predictions, was a top player in the football contest I used to run years ago, says Mr. Brain. Yeah, I mean, through the years, Daniel has provided all kinds of predictions, and it's been very enlightening and entertaining. Okay, I am gonna... Pines Cutely says it is not the 4th of July anymore, so I do not have to cheer for Americans. I mean, you don't have to cheer for us anyway. All right, we have chairs. At the very least, we have chairs, my people. We have chairs. Who is Merker? Who the hell is Merker? You know, you've made a good point there. Andy is in Texas too. Do we know if he has power? Yeah, the flooding and all the rains and all this kind of stuff is not really affecting Andy's area too much. It's more actually closer to my area. Andy is up north of me, and I'm sort of central. And yeah, central Texas, certain counties, disasters, flooding, people missing. It's not good. It's really not good. So let me go ahead and check out. Yeah, oh, we've got contributions to the prize pool, my guys. Because we were at 800 when we started. We're at 824. We had a contribution from Mr. Brain, and it was 808. And that was to get us to 80808, which is nice. Texas 8 contributed $10 to get us to 81808. And DJ Mr. Burrow contributed $6.69 to get us to 824.77. Says the top 8 on the screen, but obviously it is a semifinal, so we'll fix that. There it is. So thank you so much to Mr. Brain. Says 8080808. Texas 8 didn't say anything. And DJ Mr. Burrow said, Toogie, my goat. Let's go. So Toogie, you've got one fan here, at least. Maybe more, probably more. All right, just gonna refresh our stream, make sure we are both tied. Oh my God, I see movement. I see actual players moving. Holy crap. Giovanni says, I'm Toogie's fan. I'm number 1 Toogie's fan. I'm sure. All right, players, I am going to go ahead and put pieces in the chat, and that will be my indication that I'm ready to go. So they are being put into the chat according to... Maybe they're not. Does my button work? Hold on. Oh my God, my button isn't working right now. What the heck? Here, I'm just going to do a test countdown. We're not actually starting. I just want to see if my buttons are not working. That's not great. That's all right. We'll just do it this way. All right, the pieces are in the chat. 9D 8267, 9 Delta 8267. El Pelton, that's not really... I don't know. Maybe I'm missing some context, but that doesn't seem like a nice sentiment at all. Yeah, I don't think that's that funny. How do you feel getting Corian and JD back for qualifying, at least for Tap Masters? I feel good. I didn't know Corian was qualifying. I had a sense that JD might be, but I don't know if he got his cartridge and all that yet. So I haven't really been keeping up with stuff the last few days. Okay. Looks like both players are ready. 9D8267. Looks like both players are ready. Both players are on seed. Let's go ahead and get them started. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh, you're saying Corian is already in with a 1.1 million? Yeah, that'll probably make it in. That'll probably make it in. So we are getting underway here in Das Masters. It is the semifinals. It's Tugi versus Pixel Andy. On the left side of your screen, it is Tugi, who qualified into seed number 1 in this tournament. He is from Austria. He qualified in with a 1.169 million average of his best 2 DAS games in a 1-hour qualifying period. He's got a PB with DAS of 1.34 million. That is the former world record. It's currently right now 3rd on the overall PB list. Pseudo Canard with the 75.24 contribution to get us to $900.01. We are under $100 now. Thank you so much, Pseudo Canard. Really appreciate that. Tugi was ranked number 15 in the April Premier poll. I don't know if the July one has come out for DAS yet. I've been away from Tetris things for the last couple of days, so I had not updated these rankings. We'll see how it shakes out the next time we play the DAS tournament. But Tugi was 15th in the one when we updated these graphics. Tugi at 100,000, 98,000 after a Tetris for Pixelandy. Tugi, this is his 3rd appearance in DAS Masters, first time into the semi-finals. He's also been in the Masters event 9 times, finishing as high as top 8, which he did this month. And by this month, I mean June. It's still June as far as CTM is concerned. We've also seen Tugi playing in CTEC in the top 8 in 2020 and 2021, the online years, and at the Austria Regional, and at also the DAS Championship of CTWC, which is happening next weekend, by the way. You've seen him in previous years, finishing in the top 4 of that in 2022, top 8 in 2023. I think both of these players, are going to be in Germany for CTWC's DAS World Cup. It's basically their World Championship of DAS for their organization. 196 for Tugi, 213 for Pixelandy. And Tugi seeking his first trip into the finals for DAS Masters. 218 for Tugi, 216 Pixelandy. And on the right side of your screen, it is 5-time DAS Masters winner, Pixelandy. He qualified into seed number 4 with a 1.091 million. He's got a 1.32 million with DAS. He was ranked number 1 in the Premier poll for April. Again, I have not updated for July. I haven't seen the results yet. This is Andy's 9th appearance overall in DAS Masters. 5 titles, 1 additional finals appearance, and that was in February. We've had 2 different champions since Andy won previously. Of course, Dog and Giovanni. Andy is a 4-time Masters event winner. Also, he's actually in the semis of Masters this month as well. The second player ever to do that, to be in the semis of DAS Masters and Masters in the same month. The other player was Fractal back in March. Andy, of course, also been in CTWC Gold Bracket 6 times. He was a runner-up in 2020, top 4 the following 2 years, and was 4th in the Jonas Cup last year. Back-to-back winner of the Waco Regional. 372 for Pixel Andy, 369 for Tugi. Both of these players, long time considered elite DAS players. Both of them with 1.3. There's only 11 players with 1.3s with DAS. Last time I checked, things happen so fast in the classic Tetris world. Maybe we've got 3 more of them in the last 3 days. Who knows? But 419 for Pixel Andy, 414 for Tugi here in game number 1. Prime sub, Tetris Jazz. Appreciate that. 31 months. Ace Hardcastle with the tier 1 sub. 4 months for you. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate the support. So we are less than $100 to go in the prize pool. Def Gamer says, am I correct to assume that if Andy wins both Masters and DAS Masters, he would be the first player to win both in the same month? Yeah, that would be. Of course, we're like far away from that. We've got 3 excellent players standing in everybody's way. But yeah, no, let's rephrase it to say, has anyone ever won both in the same month? No, no one has. 514 for Tugi, 3 lines away from that level 19 transition. And Tugi's into 19 at 516. Andy now 1 Tetris away from entering 19. If he can get it, he does get it, and he's in at 543. So Andy with the advantage at the 19 transition. Tugi now into level 20. He's 7 lines ahead. Long bar down. Tetris. Pixel Andy 568. Oh, we're best of 7 in the finals, aren't we? I forgot that. We are best of 7 finals now. It's completely slipped my mind. Yeah, we changed that as of last month. Sorry, guys. One of you guys might play 7 more games after this match. Whoops. Tetris for Tugi, 630. 608 for Pixel Andy. Guys, is this the finals or semifinals? Well, if you look in the black and yellow box in the middle of the screen, the second row of boxes, the third one over, it says semis, which is short for the word semifinals. 669 for Tugi, 618 for Pixel Andy. Tetris for Pixel Andy, 648, 672 for Tugi. So, of course, level 18 starts are what we do here in DAS Masters. Level 19 is basically the fastest playable level. The next speed increase will kick in at 230 lines, and then the speed will double from what it is now, which is virtually unsurvivable with the DAS playstyle. Andy is one of the 2 players who has ventured past level 30, and it did it in what, the first month? Is it the first month of DAS Masters? Which kind of helped out our tournament a little bit. Thanks, Andy. 751 for Tugi, 730 for Pixel Andy. So now Tugi in the lead in score by a little less than a Tetris worth of points, but of course ahead by 6 lines. So it's pretty close pace-wise. Okay, Tugi is going to kind of create a gap here. That's going to cause some additional gaps and burning. He's going to try to minimize the damage here. And yeah, that's going to clear away very quickly. This allows Andy to get back into a score lead. Andy now at 841 through 212. 800 for Toogie through basically the same number of lines. This is Andy right now with the advantage. And just 8 lines to go. And Toogie gets another Tetris 904. Andy with the T-spin to try to stay alive here. Long bar down Tetris for Pixel Andy 881. Toogie trying to eke out 1 or 2 more Tetrises here. Andy's left side is going to be a problem. He's going to burn a lot. And I don't know if Toogie knows it yet. And Toogie is, oh no. And both players are topping out. So, yeah, oh my word. So Toogie is going to outlast Pixel Andy in game number 1. Toogie was building up for 2 because I think he assumed that Pixel Andy was just going to Tetris all the way out. And that put Toogie in danger. If he had just gotten the 1 Tetris, that actually would have sealed it, given Pixel Andy's board state. And of course, this is the problem playing Tetris online, is you don't really 100% know what your opponent is going to do. But so Toogie got to luck out here that Pixel Andy was not really Tetris ready, or was unable to get Tetris ready and get one final Tetris. Sidnev says, we take those, Toogie. Yeah, you take those. Win is a win. All right, so Toogie up 1 game to none. My word. All right, I'm going to drop more pieces in the chat. Hopefully my little button here is warmed up. Does it work? It worked. Oh my God. Takes a little bit for that seed button to warm up. Screen looking isn't a real option with delay, says Bacon. So it might be more safe always to take one unless you're far behind. Yeah, there's some game theory about it, right? I'm sure there's math about it. You can work out when to take 2, when to take 1. Pure game theory problem. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to do it. But I'm smart enough to know what branch of mathematics would be helpful. That is about as far as I go. You saw his runway was higher, so that's why. No, it makes sense. It totally makes sense. That's all you can really do with the delay. $788 Andy in his warm-up game. And we do have pieces. It's going to be BCECAF. All letters. Bravo, Charlie, Echo Charlie, Alpha, Foxtrot. So Andy looking to warm up here. Sidney with a good point says, even if you're ahead into 29 against Andy, he might pull a level 31 on you. Yeah, I mean, that is always a factor. You just don't know. Bacon says CTWC DAS preview match, probably. I mean, you know, these players are always a threat to go deep in any DAS tournament they're playing, so. All right, Andy, just gonna get some last minute curls in there. Yeah, get some curls in. Why encourage him? Why am I encouraging him? He's pre-exhausting, guys. You know, you don't want to have too much forearm into it, so you want to have more hand in it, so you pre-exhaust those forearms. He's got a whole thing here. All right, the pieces are here, players. BCECAF. All right, both players have signaled ready, and yeah, I'm just going to count it down while we can. Game number 2, Toogie up 1 game to none. We head into game number 2. Pixel Andy with that like Herman Miller Aeron chair there. I mean, this is Either that or it's just an excellent knockoff, but I think we might have the same chair. It's very similar. Best of 7 in the finals. I forgot to mention that in the rules. It is best of 7 in the finals, just like we did last month. But yeah, it's best of 5 up until the finals. You cannot. I do not want to make players play 2 best of 7 matches in one stream. That's too much. But I think 1 is fair. Will the Masters finals ever be best of 7? I don't think so. I think it's just there's so much potential to score. There's so much ability to recover from mistakes. I think there's plenty. I think 5 games is plenty in that format. Whereas Deathmatch is a lot more variance. Short term, luck can play more of a factor because recoverability from errors and, bad RNG for your stack and things like that is just magnified. So I think that a best of 7 makes sense in DAS. And oh, shoot. Oh. 141 for Pixel Andy, 184 for Toogie. I forgot about that. So I streamed the music from my phone, and of course the National Weather Service decides to push a flood warning and preempt my music. It just seems bonkers to me that they have the right to do that. I can't do anything about it. As far as I know, can I? I don't want to be warned. Pibonacci, who I've never seen in this chat before. This is the first time I'm ever seeing a chat from Pibonacci. Says, at least the flood warning means no droughts this game. Now, that's a pretty good first chat. Now, it's not their first chat, according to Twitch, but I've never seen them chat before. So I think you just hit the home run. And if you never chat again, you've won chat. 307 for Doogie, 223 for Pixel Andy. I can turn it off in the notification settings. So yeah, fire alarms, flood alerts. What's next? Locusts? We're going to have locusts. There's always something going on. Emergencies and CTM streams. 270 for Pixel Andy, 332 for Toogie. Pibonacci says following since December 2020. Yeah, I've never seen, as far as I can't remember seeing your name chatting. So, oh, you remember Pibonacci? I don't remember unless you had a different name before, but I just don't remember that name. Anyway, you made me laugh. Tetris Toogie 383.17 for Pixel Andy. Oh, yeah. Let me unmute the music. Is that the word? Unmute, yes. Sorry, I kind of forgot how to stream. If I go 2 or 3 days without streaming, I just forget everything. That's why I need more and more streams. 451 for Toogie, 386 for Pixel Andy. Anyway, flash flood warning here for Texas, Central Texas. 412 for Pixel Andy, 453 for Toogie. It's like every time we have a big storm, there's somebody who just in there, you'll see on the news, there's somebody who thinks, oh, my car can drive through 3 feet of water. And they just drive right into it, and then they get stuck, and then they need to be rescued. What are you doing? Andy with the Vits. I love that setup with that flat T to set up the Vits. 482 for Pixel Andy. You know, and I would like to think that I wouldn't be one of those people that would do that, but I've never really been confronted with the opportunity, so I probably would just be like, yeah, I'll make it. I'll just be stuck and have to be rescued. Tetris Andy, 528, 10 lines to go until 19. Tugi ahead by 62,000. That's just under 3 Tetrises. We approach level 19. 613 for Tugi. One more Tetris available. And the board's starting to complicate a little bit for Tugi. 2 lines to go. That bar is going to help. So not an ideal transition board for Tugi, but he's going to be able to survive it. Chuck a long bar down that right side. 626 for him. Andy, 621. So we are pretty darn close. 3 lines apart, just a few thousand points apart. All right, Tugi's board is clean now. And he's getting set up. Tetris for Andy, 650. There's one for Tugi, 656. And we are pretty much neck and neck. Of course, I don't even have a car right now. So I don't even have one to drive into a flood if I want. Well, I could drive Suze into a flood. She won't mind. 695 for Tugi, 717 for Pixel Andy, level 22. So Andy ahead by 20,000, back by 2 lines. Tugi getting set up. Tetris Tugi. Nice square to tuck over on that left. Both players waiting for bars. And yeah, this is a little bit of a drought. There we go. Bars down for both. Tetris is for both. And still about a 23,000 point lead for Andy. But Andy gets a Tetris. Tugi gets a triple. It's going to allow Andy to extend that lead a little bit. Dirty Tetris for Tugi. Regular Tetris for Pixel Andy. About a 44,000 point lead for Andy now. And Tugi's got holes in the board. Andy does not. So Tugi going to waste even a little more pace here, trying to clear this down in a pivotal part of the game. Andy's clean. He's set up for a Tetris. He's at 923. He's out to a 100,000 point lead with under 30 lines to go. Andy 959. Tugi knows the situation. He knows he's been burning for way too long, so he's going to try and go a little aggro here. A double and a Tetris. See him shaking his head at that double. It just burns too much pace. He can't really afford to do it too much right now. And Tetris for Andy. He's got the max out, and Tugi's board not survivable. He's going to top out. And Andy with the max out. He's on 28. There's one Tetris. One more Tetris would give him a 1.1, which he won't need. You can see him setting up in column 8 just in case he had to set up for 2. Just going to be easier to get something over into that column 8. And 1.1 for Andy. And he's going to tie it up at a game apiece. So we do have new pieces in the chat. 95EDDC. Ace Hardcastle says, what was once a best of 5 is now a best of 3 in my opinion. It's kind of a hot take. Do we need a pitch clock in Classic Tetris? What do you think? 95 EDDC 95 Echo Delta Delta Charlie. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's check seeds. Seeds are good. Players are good. And they are about to start. Toogie and Andy tied up a game apiece. Game number 3. Shake says, I thought Toogie's stream froze, but he was just sitting eerily still. Yeah, he does that. I mean, he's so relaxed. That's the thing. He's just very relaxed. He's got a chair. He doesn't have to move. Like, he's just, you know. All of his energy is focused on the Tetris. Can't be bothered to spend any more on any other body function at all. Just all Tetris. Well, he's just in that chair, you know, in such a way that he doesn't have to move. He expend no effort to kind of sit upright. He's doing well. You're going to see another chair, I think, in this one. Like, Merker always plays in this big, puffy couch or chair, like, leaning to the left. Like, his slouch game is on. It's, like, so on. What's up, Chen? 97,000 for Toogie, 99,000 for Pixel Andy. Yeah, Merker very relaxed. Toogie very relaxed. Well, he's very good at, you know, I don't know, Sidnev. I think he's just very good at finding a way to just seem relaxed. Oh yeah, Gold. Gold is another one who seems very relaxed as well. Gold is like practically horizontal. Well, 216 for Toogie, 191 for Andy. Here in the early phase of game number 3. Tetris Toogie 263, 240 for Pixel Andy. All right, Andy going to expose that right side, but he's not just going to chuck a long bar down there. He's going to just attack those holes and gaps without just, you know, totally having to reorient for another Tetris here. He's you know, you see players doing that a lot more often now. I think a lot of times, you know, amateur players just say, oh, let me just chuck a long bar down that left side. The better players are attacking those gaps and holes and leaving kind of that well in place. $300 for Pixel Andy, $384 for Toogie. Their Tetris Andy, 346, 406 for Toogie. About a 62,000 point lead for Tugi. Okay, the lines are tied now, so it's a 40,000 point lead when the lines are tied. All right, Tugi gonna get that J piece to the left. Not sure if that required, it seemed like he jolted a little bit, so it probably required a little extra tap. Either way, he gets it over to build out that left side. 487 for Tugi. Nice pullback to make room for that S piece. A skimming at Tetris for Tugi. 511, 6 lines to go until level 19. Speed increase kicks in. These players, now according to Wikipedia, these players, by the way, 541 transition for Tugi, 539 for Andy. And yeah, this is a kind of a rough board for Andy, so he's going to need, yeah, that's going to be a great J piece for that left side. So it looks like he should now be able to uncover. He's set up for a Tetris now, 550 long bar. In Tetris, Andy, 575. Now it's Tugi on the down stack a bit. Tetris for Andy. And they are basically tied in score. Andy, 6 lines in hand. So these players, according to Wikipedia, which is just one of my sources, these two players have played exactly 1 match against each other. And I think this is just for kind of ranked games. And this was not a DAS game. This was actually this month in Masters. They met in the top 8 in Masters this month. And now here they are in the semis in DAS Masters. Of course, Pixel Andy took that one. He's in the semis of Masters. Tetris for both, 715 for Pixel Andy, 673 for Tugi. All right, Tugi trying to work this down. Oh no, this is going to be really, really rough. See what he can get over to that left side. Oh no, and that's going to be a hang on the left, and Tugi is going to top out. Pixel Andy already ahead, and will take game number 3 to go up 2 games to 1. Okay, so this is actually their 3rd ever match. They faced each other in Masters. Andy going for that max out because he's already got a 1.1, so he's probably just going to back-to-back. That's fine. We'll allow that if you want to start a back-to-back streak or extend one. I'm okay with that. But anyway, yeah, they met. This is their first DAS matchup in the match database. And then they played each other in Masters, but they actually did play each other in a single gauntlet match back in April 2020. So their Masters match was their first matchup in like 5 years. All right, so see what Andy's going to do. He's got the max locked in. Maybe he's going to go for the back-to-back 1.1 streak here. Or maybe just try to get another level 30. And yeah, he was trying to set up in the middle for another Tetris, which would have given him another 1.1, but it's not going to come in. So yeah, after not playing each other for 5 years, they meet up twice in 2 different tournaments. All right, new pieces are here. The previous seed was like, or one of the seeds was all letters. This one, all numbers. 612690, 612690. Guys, we are under $100 away from our top 8 incentive. If we get $99.99 into the prize pool, we will pay the top 8 in this tournament. Okay, both players have signaled ready. 612690. Both players are on seed, so let's get them started. Game number 4. Andy up 2 games to 1. Trying to clinch it right now. Tugi needs to win one. Force a game 5. Remember, these semis are best of. The finals will be best of 7. Oh, pretty good, Chen. Pretty good. Our semifinals this month for Das Master. Oh, that T kind of shifted early there, so Pixel Andy's going to handle that. But yeah, our players in this month's semifinals here at Das Masters, 4 different countries represented. Of course, Tugi, Austria, Andy, the USA, Merker, Finland, and Giovanni, Italy. So that's kind of fun. Vice Bro says this is a semi or the final. This is a semi. This is a semi-final. Pines Q, this is semis. It says at the bottom of the screen, but you know that doesn't mean it. You know how terrible streamer I am, so you can't 100% trust anything I put on the screen. 103 for Pixel Andy, 106. And yeah, Andy going through a bit of a rough patch though, but it's going to clear away fairly efficiently. He's going to take a double and a Tetris. So both players pretty much tied, just a few hundred points apart, 35 lines. Tetris Andy, 152. All right, Andy seems to be experiencing something right here. Not exactly sure what, but. $182 for Andy, 205 for Tugi. Oh, apparently I did drop a few frames here. I would not be surprised if that did happen. That's almost certainly weather related. Central Texas is we're having a bit of a thing go on right now. 273 for Pixel 80, 297 for Tugi. Tetris 80, 319. There's one. Tugi, 343. Oh. Pretty funny, Ziggy. Ziggy says, if you pick those frames back up within 5 seconds, they're still fine. That's the rule. Pretty funny, Ziggy. It was funny. All right, 3. At first I was like, it's like, that's really lame, right? And now I can't stop laughing. 388 for Pixel Andy. He's going to spin that S in there. 435 for Doogie. Tetris Doogie 481, 437. Pixel Andy, they've crossed the 100 line mark. Andy with a Tetris. So one line apart. Toogie up by 20,000 points. Next week is CTWC's. I don't know. Is it just called CTWC DAS? Not a great name. Previous years I heard it called like the DAS World Cup. And they're just gonna go all out and say, "Hey, this is the DAS Championship." Just own it. Say, "Sorry, Jonas Cup. You're very nice, but it's not it." $520 Pixel Andy. Toogie is into 19 at $599, so like just a few hundred short of 600K transition. Andy's in at $545. I mean, I guess CTWC has the words World Championship in the name. But that's not the name of the event. All right, Andy with a Tetris, $599. Oh, nice combo there on the right side to get Tetris ready quickly with a couple of S pieces. Long bar Tetris, Andy gets a gap over there in column 2. He's going to have to work that down. So 36,000 point lead for Toogie, 2 lines apart. Tetris for Toogie, there's one Andy. Nice Vits for Pixel Andy to get Tetris ready just in 2 pieces. All right. Andy with a Tetris 718. He's in the lead now. They're 1 line apart. He's ahead by 13,000 points. And another Tetris for Andy. About 55 lines to go until level 29. And a little bit of a drought. Finally, Tetris is down for both. Toogie back by 60,000. Oh, and that early shift for Toogie is going to make him expend some pace here that he really does not. Really, you can never afford against a player like Andy. Tetris Toogie 783. There's one for Andy. So same line count. Oh, Tetris column 4 for Pixel Andy. Just went right for it. Tetris Toogie gets that bar over to the right. Toogie going to sort of reestablish that well. And he's back by over 100,000 points with 23 lines to go. And those squares on the left are just the worst thing. He just did not need those at that moment. Now, Pixel Andy's board not great right here either. Toogie gets that long bar to the left. But neither player really able to capitalize on the other player's slowdown. And Toogie's board climbing. And this is pretty much desperation height for Toogie. And now he's into 28. And I just don't see a path out of this for Toogie. Andy survives his horrible board. And Toogie kind of just playing out the string. That is going to do it. Toogie is going to top out, and Pixel Andy will take this one, and he is returning to the finals. Toogie played great, but yeah, that end, if you're behind, the RNG toward the end is just killer. And there was just a couple little misdrops. Toogie kind of got himself out of a situation, then immediate, little misdrop that's just going to rob you of pace, and that's kind of what befell Toogie. But a great performance, and that's his first ever semifinal. So GG's Toogie. Congrats on your run this month. He's the #1 seed, made it into the semis. So certainly Toogie's strongest performance in this tournament. But it will be Pixel Andy moving on to the finals. Let me go ahead and report this. We'll bring up our other players in a moment. Sorry about that. Just had to do a little stencil fixing and, do all that. Let me fix up some of the cams here a little bit. All right. I mean, look how relaxed. Look at so relaxed. Great chair, puffy chair, leaning. All right, players, once you're done with your games right now, make sure your hertz and input displays are turned on. I'm going to go ahead and put pieces in the chat on Twitch. The pieces are here. 56811. Start over. 568 Alpha 1 Echo. So you can finish your runs right now, and then we'll get started. Ace Hardcastle says, looking forward to see Toogies run in CTWC DAS. Yeah, I'm very excited for CTWC DAS. One of these years I'll get out there. Tetris Wars Raid Party of 12. By the way, TYOW, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I think I missed that earlier, but thank you very much for that. Folks, $99.99 is still what we are looking for in the prize pool. And this is our last stream, so we got to do it on this stream. The contributions don't usually flow in too much in the recorded, YouTube release. So if we're going to do it, we got to do it live. All right, Giovanni getting his last worms in, finishing up this game. And then we will begin. The Giovanni too good. You say, oh, Giovanni, you can finish up your warm-up game. Of course, he's just going to take it to the house, right? He's too good. All right, somebody kick in, 5. Just prime the pump a little bit. Somebody kick in 5 into that pool. Use the Matcherino command if you're watching live. The second link is the one for DAS. All right, coffee time. $5.99 contribution from Gilded Lizard. That takes us up to $911. $5 from Hatful of Hollow. A Smiths fan, my goodness. That is going to get us up to, what, 916? I think it hasn't updated yet, but it will. Oh, actually, I think that does get it up to $911. All right. So players, back-to-back 19 start. All right, make sure your hertz and input displays are turned on, Giovanni, because they're not right now. There you go. OTA Howard with the $5 contribution, 916. They're starting to flow in. Thank you, everybody. We're priming the pump here. All right, looks like both players are ready. 568 A1E. We're going to get them started right now while we can. This is a semifinal number 2 in CTM DAS Masters June 2025. Merker versus Giovanni in 3-2-1 Tetris. On the left side of your screen, it is Merker. Merker qualified into seed number 3 of the 1.107 million average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. $20 Zelazawi into the prize pool gets us up to $936. Thank you, Zelazawi. Merker, in virtue of his top 8 seeding, got a round 1 and round 2 bye, and then defeated JDH and Scotto Bozo to get here to the semifinals just to face our reigning champion Giovanni. Merker, the 1.25 million DAS PB, that's good for about 28th on the list, was ranked number 13 in the April premiere poll. I haven't looked at the July premiere poll yet, and I will do that because it's still June. So the July premiere pool does not govern this tournament. That's my excuse. Anyway, this is Merker's 5th appearance overall in DAS Masters. Has been in the semifinals one time before. That was in January. Saw Merker play in the silver bracket of CTWC in the online year of 2021. Also won CTEC Finland in 2022 and played in CTEC in 2020 and 2021 in the online years. That is Merker. On the right side of your screen, it's Giovanni, who's at 184 right now, 187 from Merker. And Giovanni, very much like me, you know, he's got a fan on right now. I love having a fan on me, but I don't turn it on during Masters because I don't want the fan noise or anything like that. So we're really, you know, big trade-off, guys. I hope you appreciate what I go through every time to not have a fan on me. But otherwise, the rest of the day, I love having a fan on me all the time. 237 for Merker, 238 for Giovanni. We had another contribution to that prize pool that came from Ace Hardcastle. Says, let's go windblown Giovanni. Yeah, cutting quite the dashing figure with that wind in his hair. But anyway, Giovanni is our reigning champion. Won it last month. He was the first non-Andy, non-dog to win DAS Masters. Did it last month. He qualified in with a 1.06 million. Seed number 7 got a 2-round bye because of that. Defeated Hana and Knight to get to the semifinals. It was Giovanni's 7th overall appearance. As I mentioned, he did win last month. He's been in the semis 2 additional times. Also made his Mega Masters debut this year. Was second in last year's CTWC DAS in Germany. Also played in silver in 2021. Merker with a high board here. And just trying to survive long enough to get that bar. So just skimming it down. It's that critical L to the left to fill that out. And finally gets a couple of bars to bring this down. And bars incoming for Giovanni as well. 383 for Merker, 388 for Giovanni. Giovanni also played in the Austria event the last couple of years. Also the winner of various online Italy events that went by different names between 2021 and 2023. And they pretty much just seemed like, hey, let's make it an Italy online event. And Giovanni's like, all right, I'm going to win them all. And they're like, cool. And that's what happened. 432 for Merker, 459 for Giovanni. Dan V says 3 of 4 are European. By the way, the DAS game in Europe is actually strong. Yeah, I think so. I think I don't know exactly why that is. I guess maybe now that PAL Tetris is dead. Oh, the Vit set up and the fill in for Merker. You know, I don't actually have an explanation for it, so I don't know. 508 for Merker. Oh, don't say that Pal is dead. All right, Pal is just sleeping, guys. Not dead. Just sleeping. 531 for Merker, 536 for Giovanni. This is a best of 5. And Merker is into level 19, 578. Speed increase has happened. Giovanni could potentially get 2 more Tetrises before 19 kicks in, and he will do just that. 585 entry for Giovanni. Steel CE says, yeah, Europeans waking up right before CTWC DAS. I mean, I think it helps to have, you know, that DAS championship in Europe. I think it'd be cool if it rotated location. I understand that's not always feasible because, you know, the organizers, people who can do it, are in Germany. So it's not always feasible to rotate it around. But I think that would be cool if it toured around in a way that CTWC Open Championship does not. $698 for Merker, $690 for Giovanni. All right, Giovanni. Love an L piece, but it's not going to come until too late. What's he going to do? He's actually set up for a dirty Tetris and gets it. 750 Giovanni. He's Tetris ready now. Merker gets one, 764. Merker ahead by 12 lines. Giovanni's board up pretty high here. So yeah, he's going to take that triple and just knock the whole thing down. And yeah, we're going through a little bit of a drought. Finally, long bar showing up for Giovanni. 795, 800 for Merker. 9 lines ahead. A double for Giovanni and a Tetris, 828. Tetris Giovanni, 859. 844 Merker. And Giovanni up pretty high. That long bar, comes at a great time for him. Merker's board, a little bit of a problem. Tetris Giovanni, 928. Oh, and Merker, that is going to be a top out for Merker. Giovanni is good. So we'll see him mulling this out. Try to get that max or more. He's got the max. He's going for the more. He's one away. Tetris is right here worth $34,800. Uncle Unky with that $10 contribution. But anyway, Giovanni with the max in game number 1. He's going to go up 1 game to none because that's how that works. Okay, new pieces for the players. Okay. Let's make sure we are good. A9D827. Yes. Players, you're about to get underway with game number 2. Giovanni up 1 game to none. All right, they are getting underway in what is, I guess, really the main last tune-up before CTWC DAS, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to watch the whole thing. I love DAS as a format, as a tournament format, the whole thing. So can't wait to see so many great players. And of course, there's a bunch of Americans heading over there, trying to say, wait a minute, Europe. Can't just hold your own little thing over there, call it the World Championship of DAS. And we didn't even know about it. But now, at least four, the top four from the Jonas Cup last year will be heading out. $166 for Giovanni, $164 for Merker. $262 Giovanni, $261 for Merker. Tacnerus with the $48.99 into the prize pool. That gets us up to $999.99. I would expect nothing less. Well, and I would really expect nothing more from Tacnerus because he loves to do that. Get us right up to the precipice there of that prize pool goal. 1 penny short. So thank you so much, Tacnerus. Really appreciate that. I think we're going to be good from here, but that does not prevent you from continuing to go. I did lower the goal for DAS Masters to 1,000 from 1,200. Would love to get to that 1,200 just to keep hitting that goal and prove that we can do that in this tournament. 411 for Merker, but thank you so much, Tacnerus, and everybody who contributed to that prize pool. We will give you a big thanks at the end. 452 for Giovanni, 415 for Merker. All right, split double there. Giovanni trying to bring this down. Some great just pieces all in a row. And Giovanni opens up that right side long bar in Tetris 484. Remember, the finals will be best of 7. Oh, Duji is going to Cologne as well, Germany. All right, Giovanni fighting this board down. Long bar over Tetris 538, 4 lines away from 19. Those 4 lines are going to come as a Tetris 562 entry for Giovanni into 19. Oh, Merker going to miss the Z-spin. That's going to complicate his entry into 19. But he has an open right side. He's got a burn here and long bar over. There is a Tetris Merker 563. He's going to knock all this back down with another long bar over to the right for a triple. The Giovanni 636, Merker 571, pretty much tied in lines. Tetris Giovanni and Merker with the top out. Giovanni is good in game number 2. Pollo says this is not finals. This is semifinals. If only RXS says if only there was a way to tell which round this is. Yeah, true. I should put an arrow. I should get a little text arrow that points to various things on the screen when people ask. All right, I don't know if Giovanni's trying to mullen this out and go for the max again. Trying to extend that max streak. I mean, it's a level 21, but all right. It's fine. There we go. Looks like he's 3 away. He's trying to 1.2. Yeah, I mean, this is great pace. This is a great pace. There's another Tetris Giovanni. He's got them. All right, he's just going to keep that max streak going. I like it. I respect it. Keep the max streak going, but not make everyone wait. That is good. That's the right thing to do. All right, he had a warm-up game going before that. He got a max from 19. 2 maxes here in the actual match, so 3 maxes in a row. The new pieces have been delivered. 52B6E0, 52B6E0. All right, Pollo falling in love with Giovanni a little bit in the chat. It's 4? Oh, it's 4. All right. 2 scene. Oh, all right. So it's 4. 2 warm-ups, 2 match. Very good. All right, the pieces have been delivered. They are 52B6E0. Five two B6E0. Excuse me. All right, Giovanni is up 2. Giovanni is up 2 games to none. He's looking to take it right now. Get back to those finals. Merker trying to win one to stay in. Let's see what happens in game 3. All right, Merker trying to stay loose, trying to feel good. It's 1 game at a time. Have fun. All right, Merker with that O-Spire right as we get underway. We're undergoing a little bit of a dry spell here with those bars. Players starting to notice. All right, here they come. 96,000 Giovanni, 59,000 for Merker. Tetris Merker. Giovanni trying to make it back-to-back finals appearances along with Pixelandy. Of course, an epic match last month. Merker, though, trying to horn his way in and say, nope. My turn. It's my turn. A skimming a Tetris for Giovanni, 212, 219 for Merker. You can't wait for Martz and Vandy to get into Das Masters. I mean, if it gets to the point that we're in Das Masters, it's over. Yeah, then it's over, guys. And I don't mean Das. I mean all of Tetris is just over. Ben says, almost sounded like you said a skibbity Tetris. I don't. When did I say that? I don't know what you're talking about. 329 for Giovanni, 358 for Merker. JDH says, but Vandy, what about Mega Dasters? Should we have a Mega Dasters? $397 Giovanni. There's a Tetris, 420 for him. 377 Merker. A skim and a Tetris was the quote. Well, I don't know how that relates to what you said, Ben, on YouTube. I don't know. I don't know what you mean. All right, there's a skim and a Tetris for Merker. Gonna waggle that long bar here. Maybe a double flip he had to correct. I don't think that was swag. All right, there's a skim and a Tetris for Giovanni. People keep saying skibbity Tetris. I don't know where you guys are getting that. Yeah, that's good news. I've been away from Discord and all of Tetris stuff for the last couple of days and come back and hear that Corian is qualified into Tap Masters. Pretty excited for that. There are rumors that another championship player might be doing it. I don't know if he's done it. Tetris for Merker, 567 into 19. 611 Giovanni. One more Tetris available. And a 1.1 average from Corian. Yeah, that should get in. Oh, the spin tuck of the Z for Giovanni. Giovanni looking for that bar. He's just going to take the double here. The long bar comes because, of course, it does. Giovanni with the Tetris, 639. He's on 19, 622 for Merker. There's a Tetris for him. Pixel Andy says, I'm actually excited for Tap Masters. Andy, it was your idea. Really, I'm only doing this because just stuck in my mind is Andy saying something like, oh, Tap Masters would go so hard or whatever. I don't know, something like that. And I'm like, all right, well, you know, it's one thing if like different, you know, just like kind of goofy chatters say they want Tap Masters. But when, like, you know, a top player like Pixel Andy says it, I gotta listen. Andy just making that offhand remark like several months ago was what has been sticking in my head the entire time. 804 for Giovanni, 768 for Merker. I mean, that's true facts, guys. Months ago, I didn't want it because it causes injury. Yeah, well, this is a one-off, right? I don't think a one-off I'm too worried about. And as it turns out, rolling can cause injuries too. So, like, you know, but I would not do Tap Masters every month. That I would not do. Merker going to uncover the well and get a bar over. It turns out you can even get injured from DAS. So really, there's no safe Tetris and no safe video games. So 930 for Giovanni on 24, 910 for Merker on 26. So Merker ahead by 10 lines, back by like 50,000 points. The Merker has just got to pretty much play. Assuming Giovanni gets to the end, Merker is going to have to play Burns, no Burns, just to have any chance. There's the max out for both players. A Tetris for Merker, A46. Now, of course, Giovanni may not go all the way, so that's the dance here. A81 for Merker. 7 lines to go. Giovanni still with 17 lines to go. 1.1 for Merker. A Tetris for Giovanni, B15, B20 for Merker. He's trying to play. That's going to be a top one, and a Tetris for Giovanni at B50. So Merker's like, what do I have to do? I just got a 1.1. What do I have to do? Giovanni really one away right now from a 1.2. And there is a Tetris for Giovanni with the 1.2. He's got 5 maxes in a row, with a 1.1 and a 1.2 sprinkled in there. Giovanni will be returning to the finals. Merker, you played great. You got all the way here to the semis. You qualified into seed number 3. You got a 1.1 here against the defending champion. You played great, so no shame for you at all. You did amazing. So congratulations, Giovanni. You will be moving on to the finals. Let's get this one in the books. We will be back with our next match. I mean, this is a tough, it's starting to get kind of ridiculous to try to get into and to win these tournaments now, because you're just running into players who are out of their minds. Das is too good now. Too good. Okay, so it's going to be Andy, who's number 4 seed, right? So let's reset all this. Let's go to the final. We'll do the live jank right here, my people. Now let's see. Andy is going to be on the left side, right? Oh boy. Hold on. Let me get stencils set up here. So Andy's right side stencil should be good. So I should just be able to copy that, right? DM4, copy, transform, and then DM for paste transform, and this should work, right? Let's see. Paste. Beautiful. Good job. You guys can take a moment if you need it, Giovanni. I know you just got done getting a 1.2, but if you need to take a moment, you can take a moment. You can do a warm up or whatever you want to do, or maybe you don't because you don't want to ruin your streak. Giovanni says, hello again, Andy. I'm scared. All right, I'm going to let these guys take 90 seconds here. I will be right back. You can watch them warm up. 90 seconds, and I will return. All right, I am back. Let's go ahead and give these players some pieces. This is a best of 7. 1-3, B3, FE, my guys. All right, Andy's getting some last-minute warm-up in here. We will begin momentarily. Okay, this is it. Classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters June 2025 Finals. Where have we seen this before? I don't know. This looks a little familiar. Let's get them started, and we will tell you all about the players and everything you need to know. This is a best of 7 players. Pixelandy versus Giovanni in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Well, on the left side of your screen, in case you don't know him, it's Pixelandy. He's won Classic Tetris Monthly Dash 5 times. On the right side of your screen, it is our reigning champion who won for the first time last month, Giovanni. And who did Giovanni face in those finals last month? Yeah, it was Pixelandy. These players have faced each other 2 previous times. And Giovanni has won both of them. Pixelandy has not defeated Giovanni in this tournament. He's looking to do that for the first time. 95,000 for Giovanni as we get underway. 57,000 for Pixelandy. Now, of course, everybody knows this. Before this month, we've held this tournament 8 times. Pixelandy has won 5 times. Dog Playing Tetris has won 1 time. Giovanni has won 1 time. So the 3 months where Pixelandy didn't win, Giovanni knocked him out twice, and the other person to knock Pixelandy out was Dog Playing Tetris. So it takes a Das Masters winner to defeat Pixelandy. That is the only person who can do it, is somebody who has won. And Pixelandy now here in the finals after a 2-month drought, looking to take another championship and has to defeat who has become his nemesis and rival in this tournament, Giovanni. 156 there for Pixelandy, 169 for Giovanni. Now, of course, Andy, the 5-time winner, Dog, 2-time winner, Giovanni, the only 1-time winner, looking to remedy that right now. Of course, has to go through the most successful DAS player, basically, of the year, the #1 ranked player pretty much since we started this tournament. Not an easy thing to do. 203 for Pixelandy, 238 for Giovanni. They met in August of 2024. Giovanni won that one, but then Giovanni was knocked out by Dog, and Dog went on to win. They met last month in the finals, and that was Giovanni's first win. $308 for Pixelandy, 270. I'm sorry, $308 for Giovanni, $297 for Pixelandy. This is a rematch of last month's finals. Giovanni took that one 4-2. And that is how you know that Tetris is not all luck. It's not a fluke. The best players, on average, go deep in tournaments and win them. There can be short-term variance, but overall, the best players are the ones who keep getting to the end consistently and having great results. 351 for Pixelandy, now 374 after Tetris, 401 for Giovanni. Of course, both of these players will be playing in CTWC's DAS Championship in Germany next weekend. Is this a preview? Very plausible. There's a lot of talent there. Tetris Giovanni, 446, 421 for Pixelandy. This match is a best of 7. It's the only best of 7 in this tournament. $421 for Andy through 100 lines. $493 for Giovanni. Giovanni right now is on what, a back 5 back? Is that right? So he maxed in every game of his most recent match, the match that he played before this one, which was Merker, and then he, in his 2 warm-up games beforehand, he also maxed. So he's just not in comp, of course, but just in games he has played, he has maxed out 5 times in a row with DAS. I can't even max out 1 time in a row. 527 for Giovanni, 516 for Pixelandy. Tetris, Giovanni, 551. Guys, we are 1 cent away from reaching our top 8 incentive. If anyone wants to just help us go over the top, you would be a hero. All right, we are into 19. Giovanni gets a Tetris. He's at 604 now. Wasn't a 600 into, but immediately after. Pixelandy at 571. Oh, Giovanni in trouble. Oh, and his back 5 back streak is snapped. He's going to top out 636. The target for Pixelandy, or target for Pixelandy is 636. And there is a Tetris for Andy. He's going to take game number 1. Finals are always weird, often weird like that. You know, you always expect, oh, they're going to go right to the end every game. It doesn't always happen that way. Miles in chat says, for real, that RNG was bad. It was. It seemed to affect both players. Andy was able to survive. Giovanni was not. All right, new pieces, players. 6E097D. Steel CE says, I'm so nervous just watching. Miles says, good thing it's best of 7. Well, that is why we do it. Try to take some of the short-term luck out of it. Can't always do that. Someone might win a best of 7, and then the other player might have won it if it were best of 9, and no matter how much you go. But we got to end sometime. We all have lives. Well, some of us do. 6E097D. 6E097D. Looks like both players are ready. Get them started. In game number 2, Andy up 1 game to none. Anyway, I didn't really introduce the players too much, except to give you the history of how these two players have fared in DAS Masters against each other. But Pixelandy qualified into seed number 4, 1.09 million. He's got a 1.3 million PB, one of 11 players only to have it with DAS. It's good for 5th on the PB leaderboard. He was ranked number 1 in the Premier poll. In the April poll, there will be a new poll, or there is a new one for July, but this is the June tournament, so officially July is not a thing. We're still in June. Dan V says, is this best of 7? Yes, it is. Andy is, of course, a 5-time winner of this event. He's played every single month we've had it. He's also a 4-time Masters event winner, and he is in the semifinals of the Masters event this month. Only 2 players have been in the semis of Masters and DAS Masters in the same month. Andy is the second person. Fractal is the first player to have done it. He did it in March. Andy is a 6-time gold bracket player in CTWC. He was runner-up in the first online year of 2020. Followed that up with 2 consecutive semifinals appearances in that tournament as well. Was 4th in Jonas Cup last year. Back-to-back winner of the Waco Regional in 2023 and 2024. I don't think they're having one this year because it's too close or it was too close to CTWC. I think they had the convention where it used to happen, but it was like a week apart from CTWC. And yeah, 4-time Masters event winner Pixel Andy going for another one this month. 171 for Giovanni, 231 for Pixel Andy. Giovanni on that right side, he qualified in with a 1.06 million. He's got a 1.3. He's one spot higher on that leaderboard than Pixel Andy is. He was ranked number 4 in the most recent April premiere poll. That'll get refreshed for June. 2222 from Dano on YouTube, Canadian Super Chat. Thank you so much, Dano. Appreciate that. Giovanni, this is his 7th overall appearance in DAS Masters. He's got that one win from last month. He was in the semis 2 additional times. He made his Mega Masters debut this month. Played in Austria regionals. He was 2nd in CTWC's DAS Championship last year. Of course, Robin was the winner. Giovanni going to take another crack at that tournament next weekend. And Giovanni has won a bunch of online tournaments focused on Italy back from 2021 and 2022, 2023. And either way, no matter how this goes, both players have good momentum going into that DAS tournament in Cologne, Germany next weekend. 354 for Giovanni, 372 for Pixel Andy. Sonic the Screw, thank you for the Twitch sub. And yeah, it is the Psycho with a $5 contribution into the Matcherino. That is going to get us officially over the hump. We have met our goal. Thank you so much. The Psycho says, love DAS. And by the way, Tacnerus, when he contributed $48.99, his comment was bacon ribs. Tetris Andy, 464, 402 for Giovanni. Thanks, Sonic the Screw, for that sub. We got a raid from Michael as well. 17 minutes ago. Appreciate that. Oh, not next weekend. 2 weekends away. Sorry, 2 weekends away. That's right. Thank you, Tacnerus. $4.90 for Pixel Andy. Tacner says, I'll be having bacon ribs next weekend. Oh, yeah, you got to go. That place is great. Hopefully they have them. I mean, I think it's a Saturday only thing. $5.15 Pixel Andy, long bar in Tetris. $5.38. There's one for Giovanni, $5.19. So they are tied in lines. They're about 20,000 points apart. Tetris is on 18. We're 22,800. A skim and a Tetris for Pixel Andy, 561. Giovanni up high on the board. Tetris, Pixel Andy, 584. Giovanni's going to open up that well, take a double, and get a Tetris, 552. Oh, I missed a JD spin. That's a T-spin with the T standing up, basically. Where you leave the T-spin, you approach it with the flat bottom T, or bottom side, you know, the flat side down, and then spin it that way. Tetris Giovanni, he was into 19 at 600K. So was Pixel Andy. Right now, one line apart. Andy ahead by 35,000 points, a Tetris and a half. This is a best of 7. Tetris Giovanni, 679. Mr. Brain says stream stutter. Yeah, that's going to happen. There's really, we are in a flood right now in Texas. So we might drop some frames. It's quite possible. So do not be surprised And if you have to ask, then yes, it probably was. Giovanni's left side could be a little bit of a problem. He's kind of dependent on a long bar here, and the bar is not coming. That is going to be a top out for Giovanni at 7-13, and Pixelandy is good in game number 2. Players, if you do need to take a moment, you can take a moment. I've got time. Then again, hopefully, the floodwaters don't wash me away. I am on the 3rd floor, but... All right, let's go ahead and give these players some peace. We'll just watch Andy mulling it out if he wants to. All right, he got it over. He just wanted to get it over. The new pieces are here: 6C, 5D, 9-8, 6C, 5D, 9-8. Hopefully the internet lasts long enough for us to get this in, but the utilities and internet and all the infrastructure is pretty taxed right now with the flooding here in Central Texas. Texas Flood is a good song. What, Stevie Ray Vaughan? All right, 65 D98. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's get them started. Game number 3. Giovanni looking to win one right here. Does not want to fall too far behind. Shadow Wizard says, hello, Mr. Commentator Guy. How are you? I am well. How are you? Oh, Andy hung a long bar in column 9. And thankfully, I mean, early on here at 18, like just 8, it was 4 lines in, hung a long bar in column 9. But it was low and it wasn't a problem, but just weird. But he's okay. All right, 207 for Giovanni, 169 for Pixelandy. Lerptron, I was always a fan of the dots, hearts, point system, but I think that's too much for a best of 7. Yeah, I mean, it's fine to be a fan of it. I'm not particularly a fan of it. I think I was just going along with tradition, but there's literally no reason to do that. I mean, obviously the one benefit of that is having those empty slots so that you know like how many matches there are in a game, and that's good. Or how many games there are in a match, and that's good. But I can just tell you that. But no other sport, as far as I know, just uses like symbols, like little footballs to tell you the score of the game, or little baseballs to tell you how many runs a player has. So I just wanted to standardize it along like regular sports. 329 for Giovanni, but it's fine to like it. Some people like it. And I used it for years, so it's okay. 352 for Giovanni, 315 for Pixel Andy. Doesn't NBA have similar visual indicators for playoff? You mean if it's 89 to 70 in a game, they'll put 89 pictures of basketballs to tell you the score? I don't think they do that. I mean, for timeouts and things like that. Okay, sure. But they don't put 89 basketballs on the screen. 444 for Giovanni, 409 for Pixel Andy. Oh, maybe. That's not a bad idea, Vice Bro. Giovanni in a little bit of a trouble here. Gets a square to the left. That was crucial. Oh, a beautiful L for the left side. But now he's dependent on a bar. And the bar comes and the square. And what the heck? How do you buy this RNG right here? Where do you get that? Let's see if he can close it out here and open up the right. And a long bar goes in. Tetris Giovanni, he is going to survive. Very slick. 482 for Giovanni. Yeah, I could put a thing in here that says best of 5 on the screen. I could actually do that. I'll think about that. Best of 5, best of 7. I'll think about that. That's not the worst idea. I've got room in that little black and yellow box. I'll think about it. 514 for Pixel Andy, 552 for Giovanni. Giovanni into 19 at 600,000. Go back to hearts. Maybe we'll go back to hearts. 565 for Pixel Andy into 19. We might go back to hearts for Tap Masters just for the lulz, but we might not get any. There's a couple people who might riot. like K9 might riot if we go back to hearts. Yeah, balls and strikes are good but the main score of the game I don't think should be in symbols. I mean in pictographs, it should be in numbers. Obviously, numbers are symbols. I know. 622 for Pixel Andy, 692 for Giovanni. Yeah, see, K9 says hearts are stupid. Oh, Giovanni's right side gets a long bar over. What the heck? Giovanni with the crazy survival. Oh, no. And that's going to be a top out for Giovanni at 780. Chase down target for Andy is 781. If you need to take a moment, you can take a moment. We've got moments, so it is the finals. Andy still chasing down. Needs to get to 781. And surviving here, Andy, to try and bring this down. And if he gets a Tetris here, which he will, that is going to do it for game number 3. Andy goes up 3 games to none. So Giovanni has got to dig deep and try to recapture what he had going on in that previous match. So yeah, take a moment if you need it. Giovanni, you're doing great. Finals is not easy. You know, you can come in storming, you know, and all of a sudden it's the finals. It's a whole different thing. All right, I'm going to put pieces in the chat, but players do feel empowered to take a minute if you need it. Well, both players have signaled ready. They are both on seed. It is game number 4 about to begin. Pixel Andy is up 3 games to none. So a bit of a hill to climb for Giovanni, but it all starts with this game 4. You can really only play 1 game at a time. 666 contribution to the prize pool from the Psycho. Canine watching Tetris with the $222.22 into that prize pool. Thank you so much, Canine, for your big contribution that gets us past what our normal goal is. I brought it down because we were having trouble getting it. Even though we did get it, I brought it down from 12 to 1,000, but maybe I got to raise it back to 12 or just keep it at 1,000. I don't know, but really appreciate that. And of course, Psycho says sweep incoming. Well, you don't know that, but thank you for the contribution, Psycho. Peter Lustig with the Prime sub says 321 Tetris. Thank you very much. That's a 321 countdown Prime sub. 97,000 for Pixel Andy, 136 for Giovanni. He does have a ways to go here if he's going to take this down for his second Das Masters title. But you can only play 1 game at a time. That's the thing. You cannot win more than 1 game at a time. So all you can do is play the best you can in each individual game, right? That's all you can do. Now, of course, I understand the pressure at having been one of the few people in Tetris to come back and reverse sweep down in a set best of 7. If you go back into the match history, I've actually done it. Way back. Way back. So if Vandy can do it, anybody can do it. $284 from Giovanni, 186 from Pixel Andy. I mean, I didn't so much as win that as so much as my opponent, who was up 3 games to none, melted down, right? And I just happened to be there to collect the spoils. $334 for Giovanni, $259 for Pixel Andy. Tetris Giovanni 381. He's going to get set up for again. He's up almost 120,000 points over Andy, but also, you know, ahead by 8 lines. So Tetris is worth 22,800. Hun 14 with the 1613 contribution. Thank you, Hun 14. That gets us up to 1250. Oh, nice adjust there for Giovanni. All right, having to knock this down. Okay, there's a great... Oh no, that left side for Giovanni. He's gotta figure this out. That is a burn with that bar. Okay. Crisis averted here. Giovanni just looking for a long bar to cap this off. Well, let's see. Okay, he opens up that right side again. And he's not backing away. He could have taken a triple there, but he did not back down. And he just went and he kept that well open and got the Tetris. So the survival from Giovanni, setting up for the Vitz now. Look at that. And the Tetris Giovanni. So, yeah, totally not backing down, not going back into his shell. Just, you know, as they say, dance with the one that brung you. He's playing that same style that he plays. Not, you know, not just curling up into his shell, but playing his way. You love it. 556 for Giovanni, 498 for Pixel Andy. Tetris Giovanni 582 into 19. Oh, stands up that J piece because the long bar was coming in. He like barely got it over, but he did. And another Tetris Giovanni 632. Nerd the Box says, Gio is maybe my favorite player to watch. Tetris Giovanni 659. Andy 545 into 19. A skimming at Tetris 570. Tetris Andy 621. Giovanni set up for Tetris, gets it 717. A line spin from Giovanni. What the heck? Tetris Giovanni 748, 649 Pixel Andy. Now Giovanni, you got to keep in mind, is ahead by about 13 lines. And that will be a factor as we approach level 29. That speed is going to increase. And that will be the DAS kill screen. The player's still about 50 something lines to go. First time chatter, JRHSK8 says sick line spin. I know. It was. Tetris Giovanni 819. There's a Tetris Pixel Andy 789. A skimming at Tetris for Giovanni 851. It's ahead by 17 lines though. Tetris Giovanni 883. Bendy says we need to bring back DAS 29 tournament. I mean, you can run that if you'd like to. Tetris Andy 881. Giovanni Tetris 949. Ahead by 13 lines is Giovanni. Tetris Giovanni 984. 20 lines to go until 29. There's a Tetris Andy 945. He's still got 32 lines to go. Tetris Giovanni. He's got to plug the well right there. Try not to get too slowed down by it. Put an additional pieces over that well, getting him cleared away. He's opening at Tetris for Andy, A13. Tetris Giovanni. Giovanni's gonna have to set up. He wants to be safe because right now Andy is back by 20,000 points with 17 lines to go. So Giovanni's gonna have to figure something out here. Maybe set up for more than one. He gets one into 29, but he's trying to get extra points over on that left side. BO4 top out. The target for Andy is BO5. And that left side is kind of a problem. Andy is kind of all in. He gets a long bar over for the A89. He gets another one over. What can he do? There's a triple on the right side. He's just a couple thousand pieces away from clinching it. There's a double on the right side, and that is going to do it. Pixel Andy is going to take it with that double into 29. Andy is going to take this one in a sweep of the defending champion. What a match between these two. I mean, it goes in the books as a 4-0, but it's totally cinema in that last game. So what a match between two great players. This is the first time Pixel Andy has ever beaten Giovanni in Das Masters. It took 3 times to do it. Giovanni, you did great. Pixel Andy is back in the winner's circle again. Pixel Andy, you, hold on. Don't go anywhere. You are the Das Masters winner. Are you going to sit in your chair so we at least get like a picture of you looking awesome in your chair? That is what we need. There you go. Look at this guy. Pixel Andy, the winner of Das Masters. That is win number 6. I mean, it was a sweep. Andy had never beaten Giovanni before. Giovanni had knocked him out of 2 tournaments, once in the finals last month, once in the top 8. That was in August. He does it when it matters most in the finals. 2 great players really in chat. I mean, fans, give it up in chat for both Pixel Andy and Giovanni. 2 great players, 2 incredible runs. Clearly, these 2 players are on top of the Tetris world. Giovanni winning last month, 2nd this month. Andy has been doing it. There's an alert. An alarm. Okay, can I dismiss you? Thank you. Oh, wow. Holy mackerel. There, another flood alert. Right at the right time. All right. Well, there again, everybody give it up to Giovanni. Giovanni did a great time. He's out there on Instagram right now. Say, look at my flowing hair. I had an amazing month. Didn't get all the way, but I had a good time. So GG's to you, Giovanni. Grant Culver says in June, it's July. LOL. Yeah, it doesn't always fit into a month. CTWC was in June, Grant. We started late. We finished the tournament, 5 days late. It's fine. LOL. Well, that is it. That's gonna do it. Oh, there you go. There's Giovanni. Vandy, yeah, I'm drinking water all day, Ayana. And there it is, the chair. There's no Andy there, but whatever. Anyway, hey everybody, it's your old pal vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day. See, I totally read it fresh every time, guys. All right, well, let me report this match. Let me show you what we're doing. And then I can raid whoever or whatever we want to do. But let me report this. And why did I go to Masters? Okay, hold on. Das Masters is the tournament that we're playing. And it was 4-0 Andy. I really thought there was a chance of Giovanni just digging deep, finding something, and coming back reverse sweeping. That was on the table for me. Obviously not easy, but I thought there was a possibility. Giovanni had a great run. He's playing some of the best DAS we've ever seen. All right, let's show you our bracket. If this would update. Is it updated? It's not updating. Report. Pixelandy 4. Giovanni 0. Monthly Tetris channel. Yes. Okay, there it is. All right, let's show you the bracket. We'll show you the top 8 just for funsies. And let me just refresh that so it comes up, because it doesn't come up. Where is that? Why isn't it showing? Oh, there it is. There it is. Pixelandy, your winner. Vandy, when is Masters Finals? Masters Finals is on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Texas time, which is 23 UTC. So you're going to have to stay up late if you are a UTCer. So that is going to be Wednesday, July 9th. All right. Well, everybody, thank you to everybody who helped us meet our goals. We have met our goals for our prize pool. We have gotten up to $1,250. And if you won't mind, I would like to thank everybody who contributed to the prize pool. The biggest contributions coming from Scott Gray, K9 Tetris, Pseudo Canard, Tacnerus, and Summer B. Thank you so much for your contributions. Also, Rogue Potato, Maitre Witien, Zelizawi, Wow, Super Swede, The Mendacity, Andy Co, Hint of Starry, Hun, 14, Chris Winter, another Zelizawi, Junior, Uncle Ungi, Texas 8, Arbaro, TNP. What is it? TNP-Tetris.lol. Says dash Tetris. Shouldn't it be tmp.tetris? I think he got his own URL wrong. Blithering Tripe, Abby Normal, Joe R75, Mr. Brain, Mr. Burrow, Serial Number, The Psycho, Gilded Lizard, Ace Hardcastle, OTA Howard, Hatful of Hollow, Serial Number, Whoops, and everybody who contributed via coupon codes. Really appreciate all of y'all. For the stream, here, we'll let this run through and then I'll say it all out loud. And remember, yeah, so Andy was the winner this month. He is still active in Masters. He is in the semifinals in Masters. He could be the first player ever to win both in the same month. New follows from JRHSK, SHINUS Law, Douglas Snotwipe, Ivan Alvarado, Twitch subs, Ace Hardcatchels, Tetris Jazz, TY, Sonic the Screw, Peter Lustig, Super Chats, Dano, Raids from Wars, and Michael. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate that. Patrons, all y'all helping to keep this channel going. There's a couple I got to add here. We'll add those for our July tournaments, but thank you to everybody who has contributed over on Patreon, keeping this thing running. Literally, this is not hyperbole. I'm not just saying it. Literally could not continue to do this without you over on Patreon. So thank you, patreon.com/monthlytetris. And big shouts to Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, K9 Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cackett, and Mila. Is this the first 4-0 sweep in DAS Masters? Well, we've only done 2 DAS Masters with the 4-0, so yes. Are you going to be a Jonas Cup this year? 25% chance, says Vent in the Sky. 25% chance. And if I do, I will probably not be doing comms, but I might go just as a fan. Okay, so that's all the patrons. We thank the contributors to the prize pool. Who else? We thank the people who contributed to the stream. Thank you. We got to thank our players. Thank you all for being a breeze to schedule this month. Really appreciate that. Congratulations to our winners and all our players who had great runs. I mean, Tugi had a great run. That was his best ever. Merker had a great run getting to those semis again. Scotto getting to the top 8, I think, for the first or second time. So yeah, we had some really great runs this month. So congratulations to all the players. And again, congratulations Pixelandy and Giovanni for your great performances as well. Also, thanks to our moderators, both on Twitch and YouTube and Discord. Thanks to our tech team who make all this stuff possible with the bracket and the website reporting. I mean, can you imagine if I had to do this on spreadsheets? It would be the worst. So really, unsung heroes every single month. The tech people who in the past made it, like Professor L and Dex4, and people who are maintaining it now, like Fractal, Ronkley, and other people like that. So thank you. Thanks to all the restreamers who do the lower tier tournaments. I mean, that is important feeders into all the tournaments for Masters. And, lets people still play DAS at a competitive level at the, kind of lower tiers. So thank you. And the schedulers, Cat Surgery, Crinkle for Masters, and our junior scheduler, Zempro, for DAS Masters, who did a fine job. Zempro, you get a B+ in your second month. You did a great job. No, I'm just kidding. A+, Zempro. Well, that is going to do it for me. YouTube, again, thanks for all hanging out. Black Ops, Mr. Burrow, Svin, Julia K, Haterade. Yeah, that's right. It's Artiaga Cup again. Moodoo's over on YouTube. Josh C, Stephen W, Luis P, Hot Mountain, Sue D, Jungle Cook. Thanks all for hanging out. See you on Wednesday. Oh, Justin Foss and Anon. I guess we have fans as well. Anon, thank you. Justin Foss, appreciate y'all. Over fan level members over on YouTube. So thank you. All right, YouTube, goodbye. See you Wednesday. Twitch, you're great. Thank you for everything. We're going to go ahead and let's see how long these people are going. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I don't think Sidnev's played in a couple of months, so it's fun to see Sidnev back. I also want you to let you know that Classic Tetris SoCal is happening, but it looks like Sidnev is streaming and chatting, former CTM Masters event winner. So we'll go ahead and raid our good friend Sidnev, and you can chat with a champion. And you can also go to Classic Tetris. They don't need our help. Classic Tetris does just fine without us, but I haven't seen Sidnev streaming in a while, so we'll go ahead and raid her. All right, take care, everybody. Have a great day, and see you guys on Wednesday. And yeah, qualifying still open for Tap Masters and Stupid Tetris Monthly. Go.ctm.gg. Take care. Goodbye. Goodbye.